Good morning. Australia's fight against homegrown terror has moved to a new level this morning, with police carrying out a mass counter-terrorism operation to prevent an attack on a random member of the public. It's the largest anti-terror operation ever carried out in Australia. It involves 800 officers from ASIO, AFP and counter-terror police units carrying out 25 search warrants across 12 suburbs in Sydney. There have also been raids in Brisbane. So far, 15 people have been arrested and one has already been charged. This morning's raids were the culmination of an operation which began earlier this year. Police say the group was planning an extremely violent act on a random member of the public. First to Robert Avadia at Sydney Police Centre. Good morning, Rob. You've learned some disturbing new details about this plot.
I have, and in fact I can give some breaking news to you. We can reveal the name of the man who is at the centre of this alleged plot. His name is Omarjan Azari. Now, he is currently waiting at Central Local Court before showing himself there, and perhaps we will find a few more of the details of the allegations against him. But from what we understand, police will allege that he was at the centre of a plot to kidnap somebody at Sydney's very busy Martin Place and to drape that person in an Islamic State flag and behead them, possibly using a video camera as well to film that and then to upload it onto social media. Now, those are the allegations. Of course, the man has the right to innocence at this stage, but these are the serious allegations that police will put before the court today. We did hear only a week ago or so that the security alert for Australia had been risen to high, but that there was no imminent threat. That perhaps has changed in the past week or so. Some 800 officers, as you mentioned, were involved in these raids across a dozen suburbs right across Sydney, 15 arrests as well, given perhaps the nature of what we're talking about and the fact that such a plan was perhaps starting to go into motion. Earlier we heard from the Deputy Commissioner of the Federal Police, Andrew Colvin, and the Police Commissioner of New South Wales, Andrew Scipione, who are proud of the job they've done, but also said that there's no time to be panicking at the moment or alarmed.
The operation commenced earlier this year. Police believe that this group that we have executed this operation on today had the intention and had started to carry out planning to commit violent acts here in Australia. Those violent acts are particularly related to random acts against members of the public.
What we can indicate is that the violence was to be perpetrated on a member of the public on the streets, and certainly at this stage was at a very high level. Today's operation reflects the reality of the threat that we actually face, but more importantly, the strength of and capability of our counter-terrorism forces to stop these attacks from happening.
Now, those operations and those raids were carried out at 4:30 this morning, very, very early, and police, in fact, publicised them quite early as well. The operation is continuing, and we do expect more of those 15 people who were arrested to appear before court later today or possibly tomorrow, Anne.
Robert Avadia with the very latest. Thank you very much. Now let's go to Alex Hart, who's in the northern Sydney suburb of Marsfield, which was one of 12 suburbs targeted today. Good morning, Alex. Now, these pre-dawn raids took everyone by surprise.
Morning, Anne. They certainly did. Local residents on this street had absolutely no idea what was going on at 4:30 this morning when a huge number of police swarmed on the house behind me, started banging on the door and demanding to go in. The scenes were similar right across Sydney in the 12 suburbs where the properties were raided. At the moment, there are just a handful of police remaining at this house inside, still questioning the occupant, a young man who we believe is the person of interest. They've been searching this house throughout the morning, filming inside, searching through the garage, using sniffer dogs, going through the car that's parked out the front, and also searching the front yard as well. They've taken away a couple of evidence bags a few hours ago, and then just a few minutes ago took away a large box of evidence. At this stage, the man has not been taken into custody, and it's not clear whether or not he will be arrested. Local residents who live on this street say some of them say they've known him since he was a young boy, and they're extremely surprised by what's happened.